Hi there, this is Sheena Rowlands and today I'm sharing with you my latest layout for Bramble Fox. In this layout I use the Fox Cut Stencil 93, the FilmStrip Fox Dies and the Remember the Moment set, of which you can find all these in the store right now. So I decide that I'm going to use the 49er Market Kaleidoscope collection with these Bramble Fox pieces, and I'm going to single out the black, white and pink specifically to go with this photograph. So I start off with the word perspectives, and originally I was going to go with the black Remember, but then I realized that the white Memories actually sits better on the photograph, so I stuck with the white. This set is really good because it's black, white and grey, so it goes with all sorts of paper collections, and they're very generic words, so they fit all sorts of topics as well. So now I've chosen the perspective that I want to use as my title. Starting to build a couple of clusters, a larger one on the left and a smaller one on the right. So using the FilmStrip Fox Dies, which is number 14, I cut out with black cardstock a couple of the open film strips, and I put one on the left and one on the right. I do cut it because there's no point having it running behind everything, all the layers, so I'm going to have it poking out top and bottom on both sides. Now I do like a bit of layering and a bit of clustering, so particularly like this range because I've got lots of bits and pieces in it, and I like to build up and have a look what's on offer from this collection. I'm trying to achieve some contrast between the pinks and the blacks and the whites, otherwise you won't see it later on, so I'm just having a bit of a fiddle really, adding bits in. The smaller collection is just more of a balance to the bigger one, but I do like those acetate film strips as well. Now, have you seen this stencil? It's number 93. It's called FilmStrips. It's a Fox Cut Stencil, and I thought I'd just have a quick go on a piece of plain paper just to see what I'm getting. When I look at a stencil, sometimes I don't always see what I'm going to be able to put on the layout, if that makes sense. I have an issue with the positive and negative with a stencil, so I had a little bit of a play there. Oh my goodness. I would say add this to your Christmas list, but you don't want to wait that long. You definitely need this stencil in your collection. I think you'll be sick of it. I think I've been using it so much because I really like the way the final image when you see it. And I think maybe because I'm using pinks as well, it's got such a nice soft look on the end result. I thought it might be a little harder than it is, but actually it's such a soft look. You still know what it is, you know it's a film strip, excuse me, but it just adds another layer behind the embellishments. So it may not catch your eye immediately, but you know that it's there. I was really impressed with this stencil, as you can tell. So I just kept putting the cluster back over the top, just making sure I'd got enough of the stencil showing. I'm not a great mixed media artist, not like Julie Taylor on the team. She's phenomenal, but I do like to have a little bit of a dabble and a play. And for me, mixed media that's not too messy is perfect. So stencils and inks, I think, are my way forward. And I liked adding another layer underneath there. But I know sometimes if I do mixed media and then I put the bits back on the layout, I've covered it completely. So I do feel like if you keep showing up onto the layout what you want to add on top, you can just keep building on your stenciling. I also think I started off really quite lightly on that side, and I built up the colour and I went to the darker pink the more confident I got with the stencil. And that's okay. That's a great thing about them. It was easy to line it back up again, and I could add more and more colour. So I'm just popping this cluster together now. You might notice that I've added a couple of more perspectives. These are from the Essential Element Spring and the Essential Heart Spring. It's a beautiful pale pink there, and I'm going to add those to that cluster on the right. So I'm back in with that stencil on the left. I'm definitely now feeling more confident using it, really liking the look that it's given. I've moved it a little bit and I can just realign it, particularly with all the little holes down the side of the actual film strip. Makes it very easy to realign. And I'm just getting more confident, and I will add more colours. You can see I've got a piece of paper there on the left excuse me, I tend to, once I've dabbed the brush on the inks, dab the first coat off on that piece of paper. I didn't want any harsh lines, and sometimes you can pick up maybe too much ink accidentally. So by tapping it on there first, I can actually take off the hardness, and that's why I wanted to create such a soft feature with this stencil. Obviously, I'm extending the stencil longer than it actually is, so it's easy just to match up the film strips and extend it over the 12-inch patterned paper. So I'm just adding a few more touches. As I say, I'm bringing in the biggest pieces just to make sure I'm not going to cover it all up. So I'm just going to have a little bit of a tidy up and come back in with the embellishments and start to add the clusters together. So if I haven't got you running to the shop just yet, you should be, because that stencil is going to be, it's going to be one of the best sellers, I think. So I would recommend you hop over to bramble-fox.co.uk, have a look at all the new stock in the store. There's some beautiful pieces at the moment. Also, if you don't already subscribe to the Fox Box, I recommend you check that out as well, and the Fox Box Plus, which comes with a Fox Cut Stencil and paper snips. Also, subscribers get discount benefits as well, so definitely something worth thinking about. So I'm now sticking down this cluster on the left, and I'm adding the film strip that I cut with the Fox Dies film strip number 14, top and bottom. Really liking my perspective placement there over the photograph. What I haven't mentioned so far is the photograph. The University of Durham put up this flower wall on graduation day so that their graduates could stand and pose with it. So I thought it was really lovely backdrop. Got some really nice photos of my daughter when she graduated against it. Lovely mix of pinks and reds on there. So I thought really good. Makes her cape, her gown really stand out, doesn't it? So that's why I thought it was a perfect photo to go with this collection. So I'm just having a play now. I never like to leave any stone unturned. I like to look at all the bits and pieces that I've got on offer to see if there's any more bits I can add. Just found a manufacturer's strip with some like colour squares on. I'm going to add a little bit of that in. I've tidied up the desk a bit, and I've come back in with the Baubles and Bubbles and the Stitch Rub-Ons by 49 and Market Kaleidoscope collection. I'm just going to add a couple of those just to add a little bit of interest to some of my layers. I do recommend you check out all the team, not just on YouTube, but on Instagram and Facebook as well. There's the Bramble Fox Friends Facebook group as well. So lots of inspiration for using up your Bramble Fox goodies and getting them into your albums. So this is just a bit of black acrylic paint. I've watered it down, and I've come in with quite a small brush. I only want a few little dots. I just want to scatter them a little bit just to join the two clusters. So here's the finished layout. Thank you so much for watching. Hop on over and check out all these goodies in the Bramble Fox store, and I hope to see you here again very soon. Bye for now.